I'm trying to cry right now.
Oh, Jay.
Because it's kind of emotional. See? You want to kiss yourself in the mouth.
Can't do that. That's a problem.
But
King, the voyeur.
Get naked.
Welcome back to New Rockstars.
You amazing people on YouTube.
Whoa, that's very complimentary. I'm John Costa. This is Jay Washington.
Yes, it is.
We're here to watch Loki, the finale of season 1. We're here to search for all your season 2 clues, your phase 5 and 6 clues. Who knows what we're gonna find out in this episode?
You know what you could have said best?
What's that?
We're here to do Eric Voss's job real
That's
quick.
right. That's right. We locked him up. We locked him up in a prison, and now it's our time. That's right. He Who Remains. It's his episode. We learn a lot about the multiverse in this episode, so we're gonna try to unpack it all at the end of this episode. But I'm jazzed. I haven't watched this episode since it aired. It's been 2 years. It's been 2 years.
Damn, it's been that long?
Right? Hasn't it? About that. Yeah, 2021.
Jesus.
That's right.
Okay, it has been a while.
So I guess let's jump in. Oh my God, that's right. This was like Easter Egg City. When we were working on this, when it first came out, we all jumped into a Slack channel and we were like, okay, I think that's from this. I think that's from this.
Oh, you talking about this opening?
All of the lines of dialogue. I think we got most of them, if not all of them. Check out our breakdown from 2 years ago.
But if you notice, that's a thing in itself because it's the first time you hear lines of dialogue for a reason.
The multiverse.
Yep.
We should have done mushrooms before we watched this episode.
Bro, you should have told me. I'd have done it. I got mushroom chocolate at home. I'd have dead ass.
Next time we do this. I was watching this episode at midnight with some friends who came over.
You have friends?
I do. I have a couple.
Good job.
And New Rockstars had been sort of predicting that we were going to get Kang in this episode.
Yeah, I think we all predicted Kang.
Shat our pants when Jonathan Majors showed up.
I think everybody did, though.
It was so fun.
Because it was like you were hoping he showed up, but then you're like, he showed up.
Yeah. I think I talk about this every time we rewatch an episode of Loki, but I can't get over the production design. I think it's so fun.
Oh, it was amazing with this. Because you get to have more fun with colors when you're doing...
This is kind of zany.
Yeah.
I like this. Sylvie already having to take initiative as she sort of has to do at the end of the episode. I knew it was coming, and I was bracing myself, and it still got me. It's fascinating that, like, He Who Remains is scared, it sounds like. Right? Miss Minutes is like, we'll put you back. We promise.
We're right back where you need to go.
Okay,
listen.
Look,
we
put your swords away.
You can kill Thanos.
Okay, do you kind of want to see that alternate reality, though?
How would you like to wake up tomorrow with just a lifetime of happy memories?
Would you take that deal? Someone offers you just to wake up tomorrow with a lifetime of happy memories?
Nope.
You wouldn't take it. I don't think I would either. It's too fake.
Together.
Even He Who Remains is shipping Sylvie and Loki.
I can get y'all what y'all want. Get you a nice little suite. A Chrono Airbnb.
I hope we continue with existential crisis Ravonna in season 2.
What took you so long? Sorry.
Because I think it's really interesting.
I always love when they do the shots with the twisting camera.
Yeah.
It's telling you their world is... I was trying to figure out who those are supposed to be because it's not the council.
I feel like we identified some of them at some point. We didn't know who the fourth one, the toppled one, would have been.
Is that a Watcher?
But I don't know. Where did he get an apple from? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, where's the tree?
Where are we growing these?
You got coffee?
There's a Trader Joe's on the 4th floor. We just don't know about it.
There's a Whole Foods in the back.
Well, you're not going to be happy to see me. He's back.
Oh my God. That's right. He prints her.
Yeah.
No.
No.
He just goes to her original timeline.
Well, you know, one man's void is...
Because remember, he started learning the truth about everything.
So you're gonna prove me?
I like that idea, but you might be a little bit higher in that area
Oh man, if I was from Ohio, I wouldn't want to go back either.
Yeah, don't send me back, please.
I know it all,
Mm-hmm.
and I've seen it all.
But if he
You guys did on the Mentis, I saw.
has the script, wouldn't he see that the script ends?
I knew.
Like, wouldn't that shake you?
Yeah, to know all the time, the end.
You're right. Like, either he knows he's about to die, or he doesn't, and that's just as scary, right?
Some people don't want to die. Some people do want to.
Well,
It's just
sure.
a matter of knowing.
Then listen to it. Don't listen to him. Do you think you're even capable of trusting anyone at all?
Really pulling at the old heartstrings there, poking their
Like,
inner
you
insecurities.
think you love him? You think he really loves you?
You're of no danger to me.
Is that what you think? Let's see.
Oh my god.
Told your punk ass.
Oh man. I've been there once.
I'll get back. It's gonna take a minute.
In search of free will.
So where Victor Timely was, you think that was free will for black women?
Oh god. Yeah, so that's where she goes, right? We don't see
Yeah.
more of her.
That first variant encountered a creature created from all the tears in reality, capable of consuming.
That's an interesting thing that I hadn't remembered. Eliath was created by tears in
By
reality.
tears
I
in
wonder
reality.
if, like, incursions will create some new form of Eliath.
Oh, alive. That was the beast.
Right.
Till you meet my.
Yeah.
Because it's not even Kang that's the worst. It's Immortus.
No, right?
I've lived a million lifetimes. I've gone through every scenario. This is
I don't think I want that.
the only way.
I really
A
don't.
million?
I don't think I want that.
But doesn't that still mess things up?
Maybe that's how season 2 of Loki ends. Right, like season 1 is them learning the truth about the TVA. Maybe season 2 is them learning the truth about the multiverse and how necessary
He was?
all of this is.
Have a chance to do them for a good reason.
Okay.
I don't know if that's you can do bad for good. I don't know if that works.
Well, that's why they always say that sometimes. You always have like, what was something else I was just watching? It was like, the case in point, the League of Assassins was like they balance out the world. That's how you do bad for good. I get what you're saying.
But like, yeah, it's means to an end type of.
This is supposed to be the moment,
Just cross.
Yeah, that's the WandaVision moment.
but again, this could be the threshold of Doctor Strange, the threshold of Spider-Man.
Yeah, like that would be terrifying if you knew all of
But now I have no idea.
time,
No idea how the rest of
and
the
then
go.
See, that's the
yeah, so something causes that,
Ben Candy.
right?
yeah.
It's
That's
not just him being.
That's not him
killed.
being murdered. That's what everybody keeps thinking.
I
Is
forget about that.
Yeah, that's not just him being murdered.
It must be.
Wanda,
I think it's the Doctor Strange.
because Wanda's a Nexus being, because they don't know what's happening outside of it. He does. They don't.
Another
He just told us what's going to happen to him.
Reincarnate.
He'll be reincarnated.
But there are an infinite number of him,
Yep.
right? So
Because even behind him, if you look, everything's sort of changing.
ooh, he wants the power.
It's a Loki.
Saying the truth.
So what?
I believe him.
You believe what? That a bazillion boogeymen are going to turn up just because we give people free will?
Because you can't trust.
Damn.
And I can't be trusted.
Ooh,
Damn.
Then I guess we're in a pickle.
that's the thesis.
So we wait.
You know, I was gonna say that this is one of the rare Marvel TV show finales that doesn't have like a CGI fight in it. But
then
I
no,
forgot about this.
Yeah.
He's weak.
No, he's
Should
in
have
love.
killed her. Should have killed her. With
Look.
himself?
Yeah, he's an egotistical maniac. I'm trying to cry right now.
Oh, Jay.
Because it's kind of emotional. See, you want to kiss yourself in the mouth.
Can't do that. That's a problem.
Oh my God, he's fucking, like he's both
Okay. The voyeur.
get naked.
But I'm not you.
That's right. Send him back. Damn, what a manipulation from her. Damn. Sylvie is the better Loki, confirmed.
I need to beg for your life.
And now a bunch of ants show up and kill him.
The ants come out from Quantumania.
See you soon. Yeah.
Just feels empty, doesn't it?
You know, sometimes we get what we want.
At the end of time, and he probably still didn't have lotion. Because them feet look ashy. See, the timeline goes
Sylvie,
crazy.
you fucked it.
And it was already starting to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, but now the branches have branches.
Yep.
So here's my question.
Here's my answer.
They're in the original timeline. We're about to see Loki find them in a different timeline. So I wonder which group we're gonna get in season 2.
That's the thing. We don't know.
They're still around. It's not like that timeline got destroyed.
It changed though, because remember it's
No.
remember the statues changed.
I know, but he comes back and they don't recognize him or they don't remember him.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So things change. Things change. Little things change. That's the thing about this multiverse.
But that seemed like it was in the same timeline, and it seems like he goes back to a different timeline.
She probably thinks she pushed him back to the same thing. Remember, she pushes him back before she kills.
Right, but
So-
the branches have already started. So he's in a branch timeline right now. But I felt like they were talking as if they were not in a branch timeline.
No, they know they are.
Okay, yeah, so they're all in a branch and they don't remember.
They're in their own right. They're in the branched.
Who are you?
Because this wasn't the original TVA.
Right.
Once he saw this.
Right, those were timekeepers before. Now.
Right. It's just him. With a Lionel Richie curl. This old Commodore's ass sculpted hairdo.
What a good show.
Great show.
Man, it feels so surreal that season 2 is just a week away.
Yeah, they're having seen it so long ago.
I know.
But also, I think...
remember like freaking out when we saw like, Loki will return in season 2 or whatever. And now it's finally here.
And this further goes like to how we're seeing different universes. Because again, 63, they talk about 63. So it's always these little bitty things. Everybody can look the same, clearly, because Mobius and D19, they look the same, right? Mm-hmm. But Loki's like, yo, and they're like, who the hell are you? You're an analyst, right? They don't know that that's Loki.
Right, so they must be in a different sort of place on the timeline where some of that hadn't happened yet. And is that even a post-credit scene?
Just made everybody just like, wait, what?
That was, I mean, like, this was very exciting, but I do remember the, like, slight disappointment of being like, are we going to get a post-credit
like
scene?
Spider-Man Homecoming.
What we get. Yeah,
remember
yeah,
that? So you sat around and waited for it. Felt disappointed. So when you watch this again, do you now start thinking differently of what we've seen? What we've seen thus after? Now
in some ways, some things I had forgotten. The branching happening before Sylvie stabs He Who Remains sort of feels like a big deal.
Yes.
I get people trying to link that moment that Kang says we passed the threshold or whatever he says, and trying to link that with WandaVision. I don't know if I buy that. I think it maybe is more to do with the spell that they do in No Way Home. Okay. That also messes with timelines and things. I don't know if we'll ever get an answer, but I thought that was really interesting. And there was a couple of things that, you could tee up for season 2. Loki and Sylvie running the TVA. People have kind of suggested that they're going to meet Victor Timely in the early stages of the TVA, and maybe that's what they'll end up doing is they'll take over that. That maybe feels like kind of a betrayal now, watching this back, that they seems like they made that decision that wasn't what they were going to do. So if they end up doing that at the end of season 2, maybe not. I don't know. What were your overall thoughts?
I don't know about the WandaVision thing, but I do know something else is happening. Yeah. Again, I go back to phase 1, where everything we were watching, most of them were happening either days apart at the same time, or
Fury's
weeks.
Big Week is
Fury's Big Week. It's called Fury's Big Week. So we just know post blip snapping. right? We don't know exactly how far with everybody. Some people are months, some people are weeks, but we're talking about Loki. Loki isn't set in a time.
Right.
It's outside of time.
Right.
So it's kind of like the quantum realm. Remember how Scott said, for y'all it was 5 years. For me, it was a couple of hours. So we don't know what everything is happening here. We don't know what's going on all throughout there. We don't know if this may be a stretch. We don't know if Scott fighting his variant of Kang is happening at the same time.
Well, and what's interesting too, right, is that like he says he created the TVA and these timelines so that he could kind of escape from other variants of Kang. So then the question is like, how does the Kang from Quantumania end up in 616?
It's just
right?
He gets a feeling.
Banished.
Yeah, he gets banished, but it's also
like,
a feeling.
How do you get banished to a timeline and a universe that no one knows about, right? So like, there's something broken there,
it's always
too.
say no one knows about something, but somebody always knows about something.
Sure.
That's the line that's always commonly used. No one knows about this. But I think you have all of these different events. So again, we don't know when stuff is happening. I think the fact that you have Quantumania happening, all this is happening within, again, in the quantum realm, time is not a thing. This is outside of time. But these are two entities in He Who Remains and Kang who are controllers of time, right? And they're all about time. You got Doctor Strange's spell in No Way Home. The first spell to do what he was trying to do and fucks things up. The second spell, remember, Doctor Strange does two different spells to make everybody forget who Peter Parker is at the end.
Right.
We keep thinking about just that one spell when Strange does it twice. It's similar to my theory of there are 4 different snaps from Thanos. I mean, with the Infinity Gauntlet changing reality. Thanos snaps once. Thanos snapped again to get rid of the stones.
Sure.
Hulk snapped again to bring everybody back.
And then
Tony snaps again. Iron Man.
Right.
Though again, reality has been messed with 4 times. So and that's another thing through time. Never forget, Loki. That Loki is plucked from the Battle of New York.
Right.
So again, all this could be happening at the same time.
Yeah, that's one of the most confusing things about the show is sort of like, if it doesn't take place within time, how does it affect the timeline, right? Like the branching of timelines happens, like, do you place it in 2008 or whatever, or does it happen out of time and therefore there are branches in any given time frame?
There are two different realms that exist outside of the let's use this term. I'll use a kind of a technical term. There are 2 different realms which exist outside of the confines of time.
Sure.
Time, as we know, let's use a circle, right? So you have the quantum realm, which is inside the circle.
Well, I don't think that a time necessarily doesn't exist within the quantum. I think
it does
Janet
exist slower. That's why I use it on the inside.
Right.
So the quantum realm is on the inside.
Time works differently.
Right.
Yeah.
The quantum realm is on the inside of it. But the sacred timeline is on the outside. So time is in the middle. That's the timeline. That's the branches that you get from that. So what you're having is all these, time is going different ways. The clocks aren't moving clockwise or counterclockwise.
Right.
They're all moving different ways at the same time.
Right.
And so now you have a monkey wrench thrown into the engine and everything spreads out. So you're getting what we think are heroes everywhere, and they're not. It's those little bitty things. Yes, they're going to be events that are the same. The TVA right now just showed you that Mobius and B19 or is it D19?
B15.
B15 and Mobius are the same in the different timelines. So you won't know until something happens.
Right.
That's the proof that things can be the same but different in a small way.
Yeah.
So we're seeing things like that now, again, trying to figure out, well, what's what? Yeah, you had a snap in every world, in every universe. You've had remember, all the events, he even said it. When one discovered the multiverse, all were discovering at the same time. So events are happening all at the same time. We're just seeing different things. You also have in Doctor Strange a being who can go through the universe, who is super powerful in America Chavez. There's so much that when all this comes together, when you get the Kang Dynasty, it's going to be fighting different Kangs and universes, which leads to Secret Wars, which is going to bring this gigantic battle of heroes and who are considered villains. Now, who's considered the villain or who's considered the hero in this case? So you're going to have all that. But again, this is a multiversal saga that is meant to drive us all insane.
And we're going to continue to try to wrap our heads around all of the timelines and all of the multiverses.
Yep.
Next week, Loki Season 2. It's here. I couldn't be more excited. Stick around, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitch. We're going to continue talking about Loki for the next 6 weeks. Thank you so much for watching. Jay is going to continue to make fun of my hands until I die. We'll see you next time. Have a good one. Bye.